Hey guys, how you doing today? I wanted to show you this plant. This is my Philodendron Warszewiczii. Um, she has, or had, hopefully, spider mites. I've sprayed her down twice in 2 weeks with my neem oil. But now that I think all the spider mites are gone, I want to add, not only did I spray her twice, but I added my neem oil solution after I'd spray her down really well, soaking her. I poured it into the soil. But what I want to do now is, first of all, I want to get her out of the soil, throw the soil away, and put her in a new pot. And my second reason for wanting to repot her is I want to put her in a plastic pot because she is taking in a lot of water. I've got her in terracotta and I cannot keep up with watering her. Slowly but surely, I'm switching a lot of my plants over to terracotta. But anyways, this is the neem oil that I'm using now. It's nothing, I'm not endorsing this or anything. This is just something that I got off of Amazon. It's a different kind than what I got the first time. The most important thing with your neem oil, if you're wanting to try it, is making sure that you're getting the cold pressed. And it's important that you get the cold pressed. So, and this is just Green Beauty, 100% pure organic neem oil, unrefined, cold pressed. That's what I use. Like I said, I'm not really, endorsing it or anything. I'm just telling you what I use, and then I put it in, I think this is a little 8-ounce bottle. I fill it all the way up with warm water and a drop or two of dish soap, and about a half or a quarter teaspoon of the neem oil. So, and then I spray the whole plant, the front of the leaves, the back of the leaves, the stems, everywhere, and then usually once I get done spraying it down and it's dripping wet, I'll pour it into the soil, and that's what I've been doing. And I'm going to do that again with the rest of this when I repot her into a plastic pot. At first, my first sign was I was getting yellowing leaves, and I thought it was because I was under watering her. And I know she's had plenty of food, but I just can't keep up with watering in this terracotta pot. She is a water hog. She's got really big, thick roots, and she requires a lot of water. So I am going to pull her out of here. I'm going to take off as much of this old soil as I can get off of her. Ooh, I almost dropped that. Set that down. Ooh, well, I dropped it on the floor, but it's going to take off as much of the soil. Look at that. There's an earthworm in my soil. That's crazy because I don't even think this plant was outside this summer. Now, I did just water her, so she came out of the pot really easy. And now there are 2 separate stems in here. Try to separate them. I'm going to knock off as much soil as I can possibly get, because I don't want to bring any. I thought that looked rotted, but it's not. It's nice and hard like it should be. The roots are really healthy. They're nice and white. That air root grew down into the soil and started turning into a soil root. And I'm very curious how earthworms got into that soil, because this plant was not outside this summer. So it had to be in the soil I bought. I don't know. Earthworms will not hurt your plants either, by the way. They say, my mom always said, if you have lots of earthworms in your garden, that is great, because that means you have nice, healthy soil. And the worms make it even healthier. So I'm just pulling off. There is some spag moss on here. If you guys remember, those of you that have been watching my videos for a while, this plant I purchased a year ago, or maybe 2 summers ago, and all the leaves died back, and I put her over into spag moss, which is what I'm pulling off of her. She had a little bit left. She, from what I am seeing, all the roots are very, very nice. They're hard, like they should be. They're not soft and squishy, which is good, because I know I was overwatering her. I mean underwatering her, not overwatering her. I will be really glad to get her into a plastic pot, and hopefully now she will be spider mite free. This plant likes a lot of humidity. I'm going to set her in here right now. I am going to go dump the soil and clean my tray off. Okay, I got my tray all cleaned off, washed it off with hot soapy water, and now I want to put her back down in. And what I'm going to do is, this is all new stem that she grew up out of the original rhizome. And that is the same new stem grown out of the original rhizome. But everything out of the original rhizome is still really hard and firm, like you want it to be. But I am going to put a stake in her. Let's see, I'm going to cut these kind of big, because her stems are fat. So I want to make sure I have enough. Now what I'm going to do is, first of all, I need just a little more soil in here. Get her sitting down in here good. And then I'm going to get my stake and nudge it right up against my plant. I'm going to secure it right about right here, I guess. There's aerial roots all over down here, so I'll bypass that. And get her set about where I want her. And I'm going to do the same for this one. Set that right about there. Then wrap her. She's got air roots coming out, so I will go in between those. I'm going to start putting my soil in and topping this off. And this soil also has worm castings in it. So she will be nice and fed. And hopefully spider mite free. Because that is getting old. I think this is the second time that this plant has had spider mites. So what I'm going to do with her is I'm going to set her a little bit closer to my humidifier that I have in here. And hopefully that will solve her spider mite issue. Because I know that she has very thin leaves, so she does like a little more humidity. So I'm going to try that. Now I already sprayed her down, but what I'm going to do is the rest of this that is left in this bottle, I'm going to shake it up really good. I'll go ahead and give her another squirt. Not going to hurt nothing. And then I'm going to shake that up really good. And then I'm going to pour the remaining neem oil mixture in the plant. And then I'm going to let her soak that up for a day, and then I'll go ahead and water her in thoroughly sometime tomorrow. But I want her roots to soak up that neem oil and get up through the plant. So that's usually what I try to do. But hopefully she will be in good shape now. And she's got new leaves coming in. So hopefully, now with the spider mite damage like this leaf, it's pretty bad. It probably will not come back. These two might, where there's yellowing from the spider mites. This one is pretty bad. It probably won't come back. But what I'll do is I'll let the plant go ahead and yellow down, and she will suck the rest of the nutrients out of these leaves back down into the plant. And then once they yellow completely, I'll go ahead and just cut them off. But for the time being, I'm going to leave them on there, see what happens, because like this one, it may green back up, but I don't know. Usually once spider mites hit a leaf and it gets yellow, it starts getting yellow, the spider mites suck all the nutrients out of that leaf. That's what they're doing, which is what kills your leaf and eventually can kill your plant. But I'll wait and see what happens. They've all been thoroughly sprayed now twice, and now just now. And also the third time with dumping the neem oil in my soil. So we will see how it goes, and I will give you an update on this plant in about a month and see how she's doing. So that is it for today, guys, and I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye. Peace.